hello. It's been a long time.
Hello. Okay, yeah. It just seems like my pattern. You know what I mean? Like super doing a bunch of podcasts and then sometimes I'll be like, I'll see you in 3 months. Like regardless, we're doing this episode. It's episode 29, everyone.
hmm
So we
We're
are
almost
here.
at 30. Getting
We're
close.
we're almost at 30. We're still in our 20s. Doesn't it
hmm
feel good?
It's the good times. Yeah.
Well, we decided for this episode to like reconnect and just you and I catch up. And I'm sure everyone, it's a lot of people are going through the same things we're going through. Um, and there you go.
hmm
That's there you have it. Does it just feel like, well, of course it is going to sound stupid, but COVID's never going to.
It's. I don't think it's ever gonna end. Yeah. It feels that way now. It's like the flu. We're just gonna have it. And
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
yeah.
It wasn't until I got to tell you, it wasn't, I mean, we had a year in quarantine and I was one of those people who was like, yay, I loved it, like just needed some alone time. But now, like, I don't know, maybe it hit like April or so, and I started to be like, oh, okay.
hmm
And even even now, when we started to go, okay, we don't have to wear masks or things like that, it felt odd to go out. And then the one time I go out, I like again, been in quarantine for a year. The one time I go out, I sit next to someone who literally the next day has to tell me they're exposed to COVID, they
Oh,
got
geez.
ill, so then I get it. You know what I mean? Like, are you kidding? And disrupting plans and, what, first word problems, whatever. But even this week, it's been like, okay, going along fine, go have lunch with someone. And like, boom, she's like, I got to let you know, like my daughter tested positive for COVID. And I was like, what the?
And you're like, and have you been around her?
I was like, why? I'm just getting hit
yeah.
left and right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's too much. I mean,
It's
it's
too
rough
much.
because your son's still too young to get
No,
vaccinated, right?
no,
Oh no.
no. He's 13.
Oh, that's good. That's a
Yeah.
relief. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Well, and the first time I had a show planned for August 21st at the Tractor with Danny Newcomb.
Right, right.
And for any fans listening that were going to go, I'm really sorry, but I just, it scared me. And then I just really didn't feel responsible. Like I didn't feel like it didn't feel okay to be someone who was gathering people, even though of course I wanted to play music,
hmm
but I didn't want to play music under duress.
Yeah, that's understandable.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Not only for fans, but also band members. Like, okay, now we're gonna gather in small, sweaty practice spaces, and there's 6 of us, and that, you know what I mean? Like super spreader moment. I don't know.
Yeah, you're like, has everybody made sure that you don't see anybody else? It's just the band.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to
yeah,
talk or see. That's a lot to
right.
ask of anyone, and it's hard to
But
do.
and isn't that a weird situation to? I've never been in a situation like that where I gotta call a club and say, yeah, I'm not, I can't, I don't feel safe, and I
hmm
don't want to. It's just an odd situation.
It
Like,
is. It's still weird. I mean, it's still challenging, obviously, for everybody. But I think
yeah.
you're probably making the right choice. It's definitely the safer,
Well,
healthier choice.
it's funny you say that too, because you kind of don't know. There's a
Yeah.
little bit of guessing game going on, which doesn't feel stable.
hmm I
So
know,
you're
like, yeah. I mean, Washington State at least was they're enabling or enact like in October, which seems kind of far out now. Like you have to show proof of vaccination for like restaurants
right.
and indoor events and indoor eating, which I'm like, that's cool. Like that seems like that would make things feel a little bit safer and hopefully make things happen.
Right. Right.
But I'm still hesitant even with that because I'm like, well, you can still catch it even if you're vaccinated. You might not get it sick, or you might be a breakthrough
Oh,
case. You never
you'll get
know.
a little sick. You'll get a
Yeah,
little sick, but you won't die.
yeah.
Right. That's
That's the
or
upside. Yeah.
be hospitalized. Let's say that.
hmm
Um, yeah, it was just so weird, like a whole different other stressor. I was supposed to meet people for lunch, just the canceling of all plans momentarily. Like, um, yeah, well, what are you gonna do? But it's also, it's starting. that's a long time to be isolated and then to not do stuff. So I definitely in this year started to feel a little, I think, depression,
Hmm.
a little like, where am I? What am I doing? And just slowing down in general. And I'm like, is it now, am I now, do I even know how to function? Like, um, and really, really missing getting to have like dinners with friends. I think
Yeah, yeah.
gathering, I miss a little bit,
Oh,
Um,
totally.
so, I
I,
mean, at some point, I guess.
yeah, I feel you there. It's like one of my favorite things was to go and explore restaurants and try out new things, and it's
Right.
not being able to do that. It's hard because I love doing that, and it's like seeing
Yeah.
friends and doing that was such an important thing to do, and now it's like, well, we can't do that. We're not
Right.
doing that. For,
Well, and I see friends who are, I mean, that's, I guess it's what messes up my mind too. I'm like, well, I see people going out. There
hmm
is going
hmm
out. God, if you're on Instagram and there's like,
Oh yeah, everybody's still doing
friends.
stuff.
Right. But it's not really quite the same.
Hmm.
There's something underlying in there that just kind of feels weird. It feels strange to me. I wonder how everybody else is feeling too. So I hope people who are listening to us or watching this, like, tell us how's it going for you? And also like workspaces. So, I mean, I'm glad not to commute
Hmm.
here in the Northwest because it's nightmarish. Um, and I live in Tacoma,
They get the long
so going to
commute.
Seattle
Yeah.
is just ugh. But there is something bizarre about being online at all times. I don't know. How do you feel?
Yeah, I don't miss the commutes, obviously either. Even though my last jobs were much closer. The team I'm on is remote, even non-pandemic. We're a remote team.
Okay.
Like they were remote before I started. I happened to start right before the pandemic happened, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I'm going to this remote job, and it's going to be different. I'll be working from home. I'll be doing something." And then it was like, then the whole world collapsed and changed like right after that. So it's probably my fault
Oh,
because
wow.
I
It's
changed it.
not your fault. The almighty powerful God.
But I mean, I think like it is harder for sure. Like you just don't have the
Yeah.
casual hallway conversations. You don't have those like meetings. You don't. I don't know my teammates as well. Obviously,
Right.
we don't have those types of interactions. I don't go to lunch. I don't see them before I'm working on a task or before a meeting. I don't know how you recreate that in a virtual environment because it seems like they've tried. Like when it was first kind of happening, there was like, oh, we're gonna do after hours, like happy hour time. It's just an open channel
Right.
on Teams or Zoom, and everybody get in there. And you're like, well, I'm new to this company, so I joined a couple of them, and I'm like, there's like 100 people in this Zoom. I don't know who any of you are. I'm like, I'm not gonna just jump in and start saying stuff because like, who am I? Don't know you guys.
Right. And how is it you are gonna like join in? Like, how are you connecting other than just start talking? Like, it's so weird.
Yeah.
It's not like you could sit face to face and decide who you're gonna talk to or intuitively, head
Hmm.
towards someone who seems interesting. You're just a bunch of faces on the screen.
Yep. Yep.
People, of course, but like your tools to like navigate just are almost like leveled.
Yeah, exactly. Which is kind of interesting. I'm sure for some people who have, who are like shy and like those types of public venues,
Right.
they can give them a space to be that kind of way. I find that I'm less vocal in an online work environment than I am in a physical work environment. I often will go through a meeting. I'm like, did I even say anything in that meeting? I'm like, I don't think I did. I had a lot of ideas, and then I'll message people afterwards. But it's like it's weird. That's not how I am in like an in-person meeting. So it's
Yeah.
kind of funny.
Well, I think there's real energy between people when you're in person
Hmm.
that you're not going to get online. And you're right, everyone's different. Like some introverted, or some people, it makes them really nervous to like be in a crowd. They'd rather be one on one, and then there's extrovert people who are like, I need group energy to sometimes.
Hmm.
And I'm like a weird combination of both. Like sometimes I really miss being around people and I crave it. And then I'll just turtle in and be like, yeah, I don't want to talk to anybody.
No, I'm the same. I'm kind of like I enjoy it, but I have to. It's in small slices,
Yeah.
little flavor. Not I'm not an extrovert. I'm not a person that likes being in like big crowds and being the center of attention. And no, it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but I do like being around people.
Right. And then you get to know your own pace. You're like,
Hmm.
if you've been alone in your house for like a week and a half or maybe two, you're like, yeah, I need to see somebody.
Yeah,
I need to commune. I always think it's funny, like having done music. I mean, you got to get up on a stage in front of people. Like when I started doing music, prior to that, I actually was really shy. Like I wouldn't been the person in the room you'd see being like, "Hey,
Hmm.
how you do?" At all. Very much like an observer and quiet. And I think doing bands like thrusts me in front of people, and then you got to kind of get used to it.
Hmm. That's
Um,
interesting. Yeah. Because you do have a good,
yeah,
you seem to have a good stage presence. Obviously, you have a lot of experience at it now. So,
yeah, that's like 25 years in the making. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, so you got to make your, it's like if you're gonna get up there, you better make home up there, or figure out who you are up there or how you want to be.
Hmm.
And so, for me, uh, I am homey up there because music is connecting with people and sharing, and I do like to connect and maybe be offering, like, the exchange of music between an audience and a person is really magical and healing, I think, as well.
Hmm.
And so that doesn't make me nervous, right? Like communing with musicians I love, and then singing for people who I know like the music. That's I'm communing with them, and so that concept is very comfortable for me.
Hmm.
um not I am not someone, and I used to say this, like, almost, I guess, if I to my detriment in the music industry, like, I am not someone who was born and craved attention or fame. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
used to say, like, I'm like the worst rock star, like, whatever. Like, because I'm not like desperate for attention. I don't crave it. I don't have the drive to do that. I find that exhausting.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. Some people
uh,
like that, and that's their whole thing. And more power
yeah,
to them. But yeah, it's weird for me. I mean, I don't think that way.
right. Well, and if you're trying to be something you're not, that's always a wreck in the end,
Hmm.
you know. I could never sustain that. And so, yeah, I think it's really weird. Well, in some back to like working remote, some companies were in office and now uh aren't at all, right?
Right.
Like
Right.
they're never going back. So that's got to be a weird change. But I also think, what do you think of this, Ryan? I also think it's got to be a godsend for people working at companies with just terrible toxic cultures, right? So, you know what I mean? It just takes some things off the table, or
Hmm.
potential manipulation points off the table, or whatever. So in a way, I think for places like that, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. You don't
Like you're
have
not
to.
having to swim in that.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with those types of like unhealthy people and those types of proximities that can be weird.
Hmm.
You don't have the
Like
creepy guy giving the massage at the office.
the
Thank
rules have
God.
changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good when the rules are forcibly changed, I think. Oh, like, oh, well, now what? You're going to have to flex too. All right. So I don't know. And it's, um, I don't know about you, but there's days where I feel really inspired and want to do things. But lately, in the last couple months, I have been had less of that.
Hmm.
Like there's been days where I'm like, well, how am I this tired all the time? Or at the end of the day, I'm like tired and
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. I mean,
And
it seems to be just as exhausting, if not more so. It's like you have to use a lot more of your mental cognitive abilities. Like, even when we've done these podcasts, they're fun because they're casual. But like if it's an actual,
sure,
like somebody's paying you and you're doing that, I feel like you got to be like more on
right.
because you're like, I got to capture stuff because I'm not getting the same hints I would in a physical experience.
Yeah. I've decided to be more wacky.
Oh, that's good.
Like just to talk more like myself than ever, and not because I abhor professional speak. I just think it's ridiculous, and you can hear it and smell it when you
Hmm.
are
Hmm.
around it. It's just and unnecessary. I'm like, show me who you are. That's bolder to me than like, well, I can express how I'm getting the job done in a very organized manner, la 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 la.
Yeah, it's like the term I
Like,
learned the other day in a
ugh.
meeting. Somebody was like, "We're gonna double click on that," and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And somebody's like, "That just means they want to like deep dive in." I'm like, "Then just say that. Don't use
Oh
such a
my
stupid
God.
term."
They said that? We're gonna
Yeah,
double click on that. I'm like,
yeah. I'm like, "Oh yeah, well I'm gonna triple click on it." So there.
you should you should have said that.
I didn't, but
Oh, you gotta poke the dumb, like just like, oh, are you, man? All right. Double click it.
yeah, I'm more of a
Triple,
press and
yeah.
hold kind of person. So.
Thank you. Well, I like think about your experience. Like you have massive experience in the tech industry too. So I can only imagine if anywhere you go, somewhat, you'd be like, oh my God, what are we doing here now?
Oh, every day. Yeah.
Every day. Yeah, well, I think your wisdom is priceless too, and I almost feel like it gives you the authority to like call bullshit out when you feel like like, oh God, come on, guys. Like
Yeah.
I've seen a lot. This is dumb.
Yeah, I've even gotten to the point where it's like I've gotten the 180 where I'm like, oh yeah, this is just a bunch of bullshit. But all right, this is the bullshit we're doing. You know,
Exactly.
I've done
Okay.
I've done this before. Let's do it again.
Uh-huh. Okay. It super matters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Like,
Yep. Always.
wait till the reports come out and we'll see that nobody did anything. It didn't work. You know, it's like, you're not going to learn until it happens.
Exactly. And it's super important.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think you get to a certain age where you're like, yeah, no, it's not that important. Love to do a good job. Love to do a good job. But
Yeah.
asking me to like tell you it's my passion when it's something like certain things, like, no, that's ridiculous of you to say. Like, do you understand what the definition of passion
Hmm.
is? Like I don't go around going, I'm so passionate about project management. Like I would want to punch somebody in the nose who was like, I'm totally passionate about it. I'm like, what is your life like?
Yeah, it sounds
Like, is this
boring.
it?
Yeah.
Like, really, this is what you're passionate about?
Hmm. I mean,
Project management.
in the developer space, which I'm glad I'm doing less of, it's like it's gotten kind of more toxic in that sense. There's like all this, like I
Oh,
talk to
really?
people who apply for jobs and they expect you to be like, well, your hobbies should be just coding. Like what? Like why don't you have side projects that are just code? You know, and like that's the expectation. It's very
Is
weird.
it?
Yeah, to like be like this should be your life. Like you should be all about this,
Oh
and it's
my God.
completely nuts. You're like, no, I think being a diverse human being who has, because we all really are and have other interests, like
Yep.
that makes you better. Yeah.
Totally. I'm a multidimensional person, capable of a lot of things. You know, that sounds like you're talking to somebody in their 20s
Hmm.
who's drank some Kool-Aid, and is somewhere on the timeline where, yeah, I'm sure you're going to attempt to sustain that because you think that's the truth. Just call me when you're in your 40s and
Exactly.
you can tell me how you realize that was bullshit. Um, you know, I just that just brings back work stuff where I'm just like, oh my God. But lots of people go through it. You know, when I'm, doing coaching,
Hmm.
I'm actually coaching a lot of people in workspaces, either in jobs they no longer feel like they're interested in, they want to make a change,
Hmm.
or toxic workspaces, a lot,
Interesting.
and trying to be like tr- literally like just trying to be your true self in a work environment, right? Like just just the basics of trying to be yourself. Like, one, to remember what that even means, and then to honor it,
Hmm.
and then sometimes like be it within cultures that are like probably don't even know what you're talking about, or how do they've even forgotten how to be just a normal intelligent human being, and the flexibility that that could look like and all that. Like, I don't know, I think a
Hmm.
lot of workspaces people fall into the matrix and drink the Kool-Aid, and that's the truth,
Yep.
and
I mean, a lot
look
of
how well
businesses
I'm
want that.
doing.
You know, they
Oh
think they
yeah.
want that anyways. They're like, we're a family, and you're gonna put in more effort and be part of this
Oh
experience.
my God.
And in the end, of course, it's a company, and they don't care about you. It's like that's not how
we're
companies
f-
work.
yeah, we're family.
Yeah.
That's one thing, yeah, the whole idea that we're family. That's why like quarterly meetings where everyone gets together are like, I could really, it would make me depressed, because it was like you're asking me, it just felt really false. Like you're talking at me like we're family, and we are not family. I mean,
Hmm.
respectively, we're not family. Like the definitions have gone out the door, and you're trying to ask me to be fakey in a way, and my job's on the line about it.
Right. Right. You're like,
You know what I
it's like
mean?
you pay me to be here. That's why I'm here. And I do enjoy what I do, but I really enjoy the money. So it's like that should just be what it is. Like, why is it?
Yeah.
Why is that so bad?
Just let me do the good job for you that you're paying me for.
Exactly.
Don't make me pretend that we're friends or that you really care.
Hmm.
I mean, I've met friends at work, believe me, but those individuals are people who are capable of being real, and they're themselves, and they have other things that they do. Like, there's just like the normal person and the Tron, or drone at the work, and it's weird. And I think I don't know about you, but like when you're first working in a corporate world, you kind of don't know. You really just want to do a good job. You're like,
Yep.
okay, what are the rules of the game here? I want to play those rules well, truthfully,
Hmm.
to succeed. And sure, everybody wants to succeed. That's just general, right? But once you get into it, you're like, what the hell am I navigating? And some of these rules are like not fair, and people are crazy and insecure, and whoa, look what they're willing to do.
Hmm.
And how then almost crazy that it gets, like when you can't tell what the hell's really going on, it's gotten that weird. Like, well,
Right.
somebody's stabbing you in the back, but to your face they're saying this, and
Yep. Yep.
HR and somebody else is like, you're like, what is going on here? But no one will
Hmm.
say.
Yeah, the power play stuff is always weird. I mean,
Hmm.
it's very toxic, really, but people don't want to admit that because it's like such a core part of what a business is. You're supposed to be
Yeah.
like conniving and power grabbing, I guess, if you're a business person. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's thankful. I'm glad my current job's not that way. At least everybody I work with seems to be pretty normal, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
unusual.
that's good.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I
good.
haven't. I mean, I've met some weirdos, but they're normal weirdos. They're not like corrupt or
Yeah.
like scheming type of people. So
Well, I think some of the worst places are the ones that try and make you believe there's something, like that you're crazy, or that there's something wrong with you,
hmm
and it's very passive aggressive. Like, well, they say something awful, and you, of course, react like a human. They're like, well, you don't need to be so emotional about it.
yeah, can you be a robot,
Like,
please?
the problem is that I'm emotional. I'm like, well, you could be less of a dick and not do the crazy aggressive thing you're doing. How about that? Like, I have someone who's just gone through something where it's like, well, a bunch of people are saying, have critiques for you, or saying bad things about you. We don't know who they are.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm also not going to back you. So we're just going to make you feel like there must be something wrong that you're doing, even though you've given us lots of evidence to the contrary.
Yep. Yep.
But that information is about leaders, and we are literally not willing to like confront the leaders. So you're going down.
It
I mean, it's just
happens
all
all
the
the
time,
time. All the time.
right?
Yeah. I mean, just yesterday I
Well,
was talking to a friend of mine about he's decided to just do his own thing because I think he just gets tired
yeah,
of this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, more power to you. Like you should. He's done it before, so I think he's got some comfort in that space and just doing
yeah,
his own business. And it's like he just doesn't want to work for anybody ever again. I'm like,
right,
do it. Like that's yeah. Like I understand that. I've been there.
right. Yeah, it's nuts. Well, and one thing too I learned is like HR is not your friend.
No,
Like, I
no.
had this naive idea that like, oh, when I have a problem, I'll go to HR, and I'm like, oh, HR is not for you.
Hmm.
It's not. It's actually not for the employee. I mean, you can engage with them when there's a serious problem. Maybe even if there's like inappropriate behavior or things like that.
Hmm.
Um, you can initiate a process that they will engage in, sure, to protect you, because that's a super volatile issue to be at hand, right? Like, because they may get sued. The bottom
Yeah,
line is like
yeah. I
they
mean,
don't want
they're there to
about
protect that
liability.
from happening.
Hmm.
They're
Yeah,
they're watching out for the company's best interests. And
bottom
sometimes
line.
it seems like they're for your best interest because they don't want you to sue them or to you to be or
Right.
vice versa.
It's not because they care.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. One of the jobs I had, the HR person was probably the worst like person as far as like
Offender.
yeah
Yeah.
like there was a story like from a female coworker because it was a female HR director, but she groped her in the elevator, and I'm like, well, who do you go to
Then.
in that, because there's no other I was like, we went to our manager and mentioned it, and they didn't
Yeah.
fire this person. Like, they did.
Yeah.
She stuck around, which is like, man, like in that case, like this whole thing is just so broken. Like, here's this person who's supposed to be kind of an advocate for these types of situations, and then they're the ones doing it
Right.
and like
Well,
ruining
and
everybody's trust.
I think people going into workspaces, maybe I'm wrong, but like I had the naive idea that like, oh, HR is there to support you, and that certainly gets said to you,
Hmm.
or messaged to you. But it slowly dawned on me. I'm like, oh, actually. Oh, I don't think you're here for me at all. Oh, wow, that sucks. Then there's nowhere to go. I've had a couple people I know, I think smartly, when issues have come up, like they've sought counsel outside on how to navigate HR.
Yeah. See, that
Like,
does seem smart.
yeah, like to message the right things that will signal to HR, like, certain words,
Yeah.
certain like engagements that HR understands in order for them to get the best out of the
Hmm.
scenario.
That does seem
Well,
kind of,
what a game.
yeah. And not
Exhausting.
everybody has access to that kind of resource. It's almost like saying you got to hire a lawyer to figure out how to deal with your HR in your company. It's a lot to expect.
Yes.
I do feel like
And it's,
companies should have therapists, like big
oh my
corporations
God, yes.
should have like company official
I
therapists available.
I would love to go around and be a life coach for people in workspaces. The unfortunate thing is that I would probably uh get them to a place where they realize they need to leave, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, because in order to be your authentic self, that
Yeah.
might mean you don't fit in the matrix anymore,
Hmm.
right?
It's almost like a guidance counselor in high school. Their job is to help you figure out to do what the hell you get out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yes.
putting that kind of role inside of a company, you're like, well, I'm here to help you figure out what's right for you. That would be a nice benefit to
Right.
have. Yeah.
Well, I sort of look at people too. I'm like, do you want your soul or do you want to succeed here? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, and succeeding is not like necessarily a terrible thing. If that goaling like that, that's not a bad thing. But if someone's really struggling emotionally and with their health, I'm like, you need to decide, is it you or
Hmm.
the job? I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of comes down to that. And when I coach people around like that, it is about connecting back to themselves to find answers, also problem solving and networking and believing that there are other options out there
Hmm.
and that you don't necessarily have to burn the house down to go pivot and go into something else,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
know, but it's a perfect time to ignite the tools inside of you to make a next choice that is better.
Yeah. And it's better for everyone. Like it's definitely
Yeah,
better for you as a person to do what you want to be doing in life, but also for your employer because it's like if that's not what you want to be doing, you're probably not giving them what they want or the highest of quality. You might be still really good
right,
at it, but it's like if you're like I hate these people, I don't want to
right.
be here every day. That does come through.
Yeah. Well, and I tell people too, I'm like, leaving a job doesn't mean you failed,
No, yeah,
you know?
it's not. And sometimes it's a very important step.
Yeah, it could be one of those classic things like you need to shut this door for another one to
Yep.
open, you know? And sometimes it's really wise to understand when something is done.
Hmm.
It may not come about in a way that's lovely and, maybe even crappy to you, but you can either linger in bitterness or go like, well, it's pretty obvious it's time to go. So I'm going to pivot and be thankful.
Hmm.
Sometimes, especially for crappy place, thank you for shoving me out the door.
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
go somewhere better, like
No,
winning.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember one of the early jobs in tech I had that I was fired from because I mean I think I
Hmm.
sucked at it, and I did. Did not do a good job there. Probably because I hated working there, really. But it was good. It was like the best thing. So I was on the
Right.
fence of starting my own company at the time, and I was like, this is the push I need to do this, and
Right.
did go in and had some success for like 3.5 years, doing my own
Good
thing.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what I tell people too is to change their view of a timeline. You know what I mean? Like it's not about like the next decision is forever
Hmm.
anymore. I think most of the populace is not working like our parents did, where you get a job and you're in it for 35 years,
Yep.
right? That it's much more usual to have like 15 experiences,
Oh
start and
yeah.
then in the middle there, like start your own business, try that, whatever. And
Hmm.
that's okay as well. That
Yeah.
doesn't
Oh
mean,
yeah. I mean, it's definitely
you
even
know,
more normal now to say like if you see somebody who's got like 20 years on their resume, be like, why? What happened? Why were you there for so long?
right. But you know what's funny? You want to go in the directions where people appreciate that.
Hmm.
I had an informational sort of meeting with someone at Microsoft, and I have never worked at Microsoft, but this person had worked there and they're succeeding there, and that's great. They seem to be happy there. And they offered to speak to me and share what they knew about Microsoft. And that was great. I was like,
Hmm.
thank you. And I said, thank you. But as he was describing to me, like, I basically presented myself and here's what I do. But it very quickly became about like, well, here's how it works at Microsoft, and like, let's take your diverse experience. Well, unfortunately, like, a lot of managers here would look at a diversified like resume and question you about it. Like,
Hmm.
like, why have you worked in so many places? Like, why weren't you just like out of the womb wanting to work for Microsoft? One, you know what I mean? So I find that ridiculous. I'm like, really? Okay. But two, like not being able to wrap their head around the fact that I chose where I went,
Hmm.
have built things.
Not everybody
And
has that experience, so it's abstract to
yeah,
them, you know.
yeah. Well, and then, and then he said, and he knew me from music too. So he was like, well, they might question or be worried about like the music thing, like you might go on tour. And I'm like, dude, I'm in my 50s. And I was like, or they might question it. And that's when I started getting mad. I was like, so you're telling me someone who has no experience in what I've done is going to somehow question me in a condescending way?
Yeah, worried about
And
something that doesn't shouldn't apply because you're like, I'm here applying for this job. You know, it's like that means
yeah,
I already know what I'm capable of doing and what you should.
well,
You're
yeah.
responsible.
Well, also like, who the hell are you to pass judgment on something you have no experience in, whatever, and
Hmm.
talk to me as if you have authority?
Right.
You got to be kidding me. Like that, I was furious at that. I was just like, and the poor guy, he was just like, well, and I was like, hell no. Like, who the hell? Like, what, where do you get off? Like, not him. He was very
Hmm.
kind. But it's that kind of thing where I just feel like an old person going, well, that pipsqueak is going to sit there and just tell me how it's all about. And I was like, oh, fuck off. Like,
Hmm.
well, I'm sorry that your mind resides in this barrel and only in the barrel. Good luck with that.
See, that's the advantage of your experience is that you're like, I know how to pull this stuff on, and I know how to deal with this kind of shitty situation if somebody's saying that type of thing.
Right. And that's a long time coming though. That's
Hmm.
like, it's a long time choosing to sort of stop and go, wait, this isn't working for me. I need to be myself. What's that even look like? And what am I willing to put up with? I mean, that's a lot of internal work that I've chosen, And nowadays I really am, because I can't sustain uh fakery
Hmm.
like that. It would be fakey to me. It would be. Like, if I'm not being honest, I'm like, I'm not very good at sustaining that. Nobody should be. But um I also, a long time ago at jobs, was in the name of getting to truly be myself, or be the kind of employee I want to be,
Hmm.
which is a whole person. I also, in my mind, always state like willing to be fired. I mean, you have to sort of decide that.
Yeah.
I think on an internal level, otherwise you're a little bit beholden or trapped. Don't want to get fired.
Yep. Yeah. You have to. Yeah, that's a good point. Like you have to be comfortable with that to take the
Yeah,
risks because you're like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and if I
yeah,
get fired for it, I get fired for it. It's like then that means I wasn't a good fit. But it's
exactly.
like I did what I wanted to do, and I did the right thing for this. It doesn't mean like I obviously shouldn't just like slack off and do nothing,
Right.
but it's
Yeah,
more like I'm gonna take risks that are important to me, type of
yeah.
thing.
Well, and I'm going to take my authority back and
Hmm.
say I am, like, I do work hard and I do care,
Right. Right.
but I'm not going to act in some way that you have deemed important that I know isn't,
Yeah.
and have that count against me. Like, no.
Hmm.
Like, I've got, if I can go into a job going, I'm excited to do a good job for you, I'm happy to learn how to do that for you. Um, Great.
Hmm.
But if a job starts to be like, no, you need to dance this way, and I'm like, I don't, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why?
Well, that place that you and I worked together at, I kind of felt that
Hmm.
way with my annual reviews every year that I was
Oh
there because
God,
I was there
yeah,
for
yeah.
7 years, and like every review was kind of like, "Are you sure you're doing a good job?" Like it was kind of like it's
What?
kind of like they had like an excuse to be like, "We're just gonna barely give you maybe no raise and a little bit of a bonus." It just seemed like that every year. It was like, and I knew it was because the company
Wow.
never had the money because they were always trying to grow and expand, and there was like this constant the whole
Sure.
time I was
Yeah.
there struggle. But it was always like the strategy seemed to be like, well, we're just going to really be harsh about judging everybody
Oh
as
my
opposed to just
God.
being upfront and honest, that like we don't have any money because like we want to keep
Right.
hiring people and we want to keep growing.
Yeah. So at the sacrifice of your self-esteem,
Yeah.
you know, we're that's so awful. That's so awful and shady. Yeah, I wrote recently about some experiences I had there. just the passive aggressive, like when you're working with someone and they won't come to you and tell you, hey, I need something more, but they'll go to your manager.
Hmm.
And then it becomes like a thing. Especially like I had people who literally had sat right in front of me who apparently wanted me to do something different, didn't talk to me,
Nice. It's healthy.
went to my manager who was literally worked in another state. Like how weird is that? And it hurts your feelings and it feels icky.
Yeah. I
It's
feel
like
like
you
I do that by mistake now because I don't know any of my colleagues or the hierarchy very well. So sometimes I just
yeah.
blast out emails to a whole bunch of people. I'm like, I don't know. This needs to get done right now. And then later I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry. I did that to all you.
Right. Well, there's that whole etiquette too of like, well, if you message me and then CC my boss, you're doing something.
Hmm.
Like that's a thing as a tactic, right? Like, oh, I'm not only letting you know, I'm letting your boss know
Yeah.
something.
Gonna let everybody know so that this gets
Mm-hmm.
done.
Yeah, they don't know that you're just like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the angle I'm coming at. I'm like, I don't know who I'm supposed to talk to, so I'm gonna talk to everybody.
That's totally funny. Oh my God. Well, how's your family doing? How's fam?
Doing all right. I mean, my daughter's been busy. She's been working like this whole time, like basically at a retail store. She's changing jobs actually. So
Right on.
I don't know if I'm allowed to announce that publicly yet. I don't think she's
Oh
told her
yeah.
current employer.
Oh no.
So they don't listen to this, I'm sure.
Okay, good.
Um, but yeah, so she's been busy, just keeping it busy. It's
Good
like
for her.
my mom's been funny. Like I feel like she's been vacationing more this pandemic than I've ever seen her vacation. She's just on the
Huh.
road constantly. Just her and my stepdad. But they've been doing like just quiet coastal, stay in a little place. She's very risk averse though about everything. So like
Oh, really?
would always be
Yeah.
like, oh, like I got to make sure that I got the groceries. And it's got to have a kitchen, so we don't have to go anywhere. We're just gonna be at the beach.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Whereas like
Well,
Nova and I took a vacation last month, beginning of September. No, not September, of August, of whatever month it is.
see what I'm saying?
Beginning of yeah, August, and we went down to L.A. and
Oh, wow.
that did seem like it was like a bad idea at the time,
Yeah,
but it worked out.
exactly.
It worked out okay. It was like the hotels were interesting because we did like half of it downtown LA and half of it like in Marina Del Rey area, like on the waterfront,
Ooh.
which was we should just done the whole time there, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Um, but like the hotels were minimal staffing, like the kitchen in
Yeah.
the big hotel at the Biltmore that we stayed in LA was like the kitchen's closed, everything's closed. It was like
Right.
we don't clean your room while you're there, like it's only when you leave. So
Wow.
it ends up feeling safer, but it also feels like I'm paying the same for such a weird experience now.
And it feels like so I would imagine like it just feels hard to like contain mass travel, going to the airport and all of that. I went to LA a while back. When did I go? Last October. I think I went for a short just trip there and then went to Joshua Tree. But
Hmm.
I remember like there weren't as many people then traveling. There was tons of like messaging all over the place over the intercom and all this. But even coming back, it was like, out in the lobby, you're hearing like, do this, don't do that or whatever. Um, and planes aren't all the way full. But like even then, like I get on the plane and they sit somebody I don't even know next to me.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, so all the messaging in the hallway lobby there didn't matter. And now, but this is okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Not that I was like, but it's weird. It's like, wait, the rules don't count here. Like now am I unsafe? Like
Hmm.
it just was really weird, but I think it's hard to contain,
Yeah, I mean that's one of the weird things. It's like they
manage.
try really hard on the whole flight things. Although by that time they was back to like full airplanes, but the airport was still not as busy.
Oh,
Not as many people are traveling. But then there's like you gotta wear a mask on the plane the whole time, and then they bring out sodas and coffee for everybody, and you're like, okay,
right.
well you gotta take that off to drink your beverage. So like we're sharing some air here regardless. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and there's so many things I wonder about for other people. Like, I wonder if the people are traveling or, you know, are people going out to shows, now that people are starting to play shows again. I mean, I definitely see lots of people
Yeah.
playing shows,
I definitely see people going
um,
to shows, so that's
going to
happening.
shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder how that is for people. I would love to hear
Hmm.
from people like, how is that? How was going to a show? I mean, maybe at this point too, people are like, I just need an outing, like
Oh,
I
I'm
definitely want to see
sure. Yeah.
music. Yeah, if I'm going to see it this way, fine.
Hmm.
Um, because it's long. I mean,
Yeah.
we knew it was going to be long, but living it long is different.
Yeah. And the hard part is
Like,
like I could see like outdoor shows because obviously that's a thing and
right?
they're great. I love a good outdoor concert, but it's like now that we're moving into the fall and winter, it's like do we go back? Do we just start doing indoor things? Is that okay?
I know. We shall see.
Yeah.
When some predictors are like, oh, it's just going to get, like winter, going to get worse. We're going to
Hmm.
get the flu. Who knows? I don't want to be like the doomsday. I don't like doing that.
I know it's just cautious thinking though. I think it's not
Yeah.
doomsday. I don't want it to get bad. I don't want people to get sick, but I
No.
want people to be healthy. I want to be nice to everybody and do my
Yeah.
part. That's what needs to get done to keep everybody healthy. I mean, I have
Well, and
tickets to Comic-Con in December, and I'm already like, is that going to happen?
right.
It's just because it was already canceled twice on me.
For sure. Well,
Yeah.
I think that's a good question
Yeah.
coming up. Like, what is the winter gonna look like? Who knows? I'm doing a little traveling in October. Like part of my coaching is I run some retreats with a partner, and we're doing a Joshua Tree.
Oh, cool.
It's a small group, so it's, only a group of like total, I think there's 8 or 9 of us all together.
Hmm.
So it's not like huge. And we have all the COVID conversations ahead of time and all of that. We're not like out and about, going to events. So that'll be interesting.
Hmm.
But yeah, I wonder what winter's going to be like.
Yeah.
And you would think like now would be a time to like just doing more of our podcast too. Just like if we're going to all go inside, it's about to be winter. It's like vehicles to have conversations seem like a really good idea.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
maybe every time we get in, like your beard will be longer, my hair will be like whatever. I'm like, it's here
I mean, I'm
too.
growing it
Like,
out, but I did cut the hair
are
finally.
you?
So, yeah, there's that.
How long are you gonna grow this beard?
I mean, I've grown it really long before. I don't think I'm going to go
Oh
down to like the
yeah.
ZZ Top levels, but just a little bit more. Get it fuller. It's nice for the winter. It's nice and toasty. Although
Right.
it's harder with the masks because then I got all this beard.
Yes.
You like stuff it all up in there.
Well, my husband started getting masks that did kind of contain, like they could contain a beard as
They do
well.
make some for beard specifically. They have like a little pouch, but they look so
All right.
dumb. You're just like, is that what I want to wear?
Oh my God. Oh, it'll be nice too for this podcast, it'll be nice to hear it, people listening. If you're listening, thank you. But to hear from everyone, like, how's it going for you? What are your favorites? What do you still hate? Like, it would just be a nice exchange now that, you've been listening to Ryan and I share what's going on with us,
Yeah, and if
just to
you're
hear
listening
back
to
from other
this
people.
in the distant future, because it's currently 2021, and you're like, wow, things seem so normal.
Whoa.
Well, it hasn't been normal for us.
Just go back and listen when you're
Yeah.
in. Yeah,
And hopefully things are
exactly.
better in the far future. That's all
Yeah.
I'm asking.
Well, my family's doing good too. My son's 13 now. So here's what's wild, and I'm sure some people have the same experiences. So my son is going back to school finally in person.
Hmm.
We did online all last year, and just transitioning back in. Um, it's a whole nother world. They're still doing protocol, right? And we're glad he's back in that kind of paradigm, right? In classrooms.
Hmm.
And he asked to go back because he was like, I need to be around teachers. I need some structure, like just sitting in your room following the online curriculum. Like the online school, you aren't in a class with teachers.
Hmm.
Like public schools, teachers, and God bless them, were having to, pivot and teach online. But Tacoma Online School was literally, you had teachers assigned and you could message those teachers, and those teachers would have office hours, but you were on your own
Oh, okay.
doing all the lessons every day. It was just a system that like would churn out lessons,
Hmm.
and you literally were trying to stay ahead of that, which was crazy because teachers would kept saying like, oh, just like 10 minutes a day on each subject. And it was not that.
So that's always been the way. Teachers like
Oh,
this homework's a quick assignment, 15 minutes. Like
yep.
2 hours later, I'm done.
Yeah. 2 hours later, it's like, so, um, So Orion alone in his room, like all day for, also going longer, like 8:30 to 4, just
Hmm.
trying to keep up. So he came to us and was like, no, I need to be back around teachers.
Yeah.
But he, like a lot of kids, are struggling with anxiety. I mean, beyond middle school anxiety.
Hmm. Which
And
is
so,
already a huge thing. Yeah. So.
yeah. And so we've reached out to get him some support. And whenever, when I've talked to people, they're like, oh, we've never seen like so many cases of, you know what I mean? Like people, therapists and support counselors and all of that are working with so many more teens than they ever have.
Yeah.
They're like, oh no, it's a deluge right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. That's upsetting to hear, obviously, but yeah, I'm not surprised by it. Does he have a
Well,
choice then to go back or continue online?
mhm.
Or oh, okay.
He had a choice. Tacoma Online is permanent as a
Hmm.
school. So
Okay.
it will going forward, it will forever be an option for
Oh,
kids.
interesting.
I believe. And Tacoma's actually, eh, compared to other places, is cool in that way because one, there's now online, but for like say high school, I guess I'm just speaking to high school too, like um they've created like three different schools that are alternative schools, so it's you have options, but also even when you're in um, elementary school, like there's a moment in the year where you can attempt to opt into another school.
Hmm.
Like if you don't want to go to your neighborhood school, you could opt in or get on the list or whatever, and that's just
Okay.
not even possible. Minneapolis was like that.
Interesting. Yeah.
Like Orion in kindergarten got to go to a public, it was public, baccalaureate school, international baccalaureate school, which was super diverse and had a philosophy that was really cool. So we could opt into that.
Huh.
And Tacoma's, it does kind of the same thing. But I just think for the kids, and I mean, junior high sucks anyways. And you
Hmm.
throw some COVID on it and isolation. No wonder.
Yeah.
And even just your teen years. I just, for an introvert and all of that, I just think there's all kinds of things going on right now. And so I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah. And
I
I
think
think,
it will get better,
yeah, I
but
hope so. And I think it's hard because like the online social experience or experiment really that's like with like Instagram and other things. Like new studies come out saying that it actually makes kids more stressed out and more
yes.
unhappy when that's their experience because they're just like constantly judging themselves against people's edited
Oh,
lives online
yeah.
and so it's good to be around real people and see what they really look like and what they're really doing.
Well, and developing skills, hopefully, to be around people at all and maybe develop friendships or,
Hmm.
you know, develop yourself in whatever direction. Maybe you find you're introverted, but at least you have an arena to discover that in. If you're
Yeah.
just alone in your room,
How
like,
else are you going to meet your extroverted friend who's going to help take you to things?
exactly, exactly, exactly. So, it's only the first week, second week of school. And so, we'll see. I have a feeling it will get better. I just think people are having, trying to get back used to
Hmm.
any kind of, and again, it's junior high, and we all know how much junior high sucks.
I don't miss it.
No one misses it.
Yeah. I mean, I probably had a more enjoyable junior high-ish experience than most
Did
people.
you?
I went to a very
Yeah.
small school, so that was
Okay.
a bonus. And it was the same, like 25 of us from like kindergarten to eighth grade. So
Oh,
I was
that's
very fortunate.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's
But it
amazing.
was still awkward and stressful and weird.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we will all survive this. Um, well, we will. Not everyone. Okay, I'm just
It's hard. I know. Yeah. Some
I
people
don't even
won't,
know what
and
I'm
it's
talking.
tough. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm happy that you and I got together tonight to talk, and I do have some ideas of, I think, some folks that would be fun to talk to, and I know you do too.
Oh yeah.
So let's kick that in. And I thought it would be fun even to do just a little live stream music show as one of the
Oh, that'd be
options.
super cool. Yeah. I mean,
So look
as
out
long
for
as I'm
that.
not singing, we should be great.
You can play some keys, man.
Yeah, sure.
I sure care. One note. He's a one note wonder, people.
I know where the C key is,
Sweet. That's all you need to know.
or
Well, then,
note.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's have some fun here. Let's reignite some fun, and as usual, if people want to subscribe, we love it. If you want to spread the word, we love that too. And tell us how you're doing. I'd really like to know how people are doing.
Yeah, I would too.
Awesome.
Maybe we can get some
All right.
tips, advice.
Yes. We'll take it, right? We all need it.
Oh, yeah.
Give us some tips and tricks, man. Tips and tricks. All right. Well, Ryan,
Yeah, it's good
it's
to
nice
talk
to
to you.
see you. Nice to talk to you too. I hope you do good. And what I like to do is then start texting Ryan out of nowhere. So we'll be doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Take care, everybody.